think you were taught how to sleep? Wrong. And the problem is that not only could it cause you to be tired all the time, but it could be ruining your health. So in this video, I'm going to show you the secret sleep patterns that elite athletes use, how much they actually sleep, and the powerful tools and techniques they use to maximize their time in bed to perfect their health and performance. And the crazy thing is, we can learn to do the same. Hi, my name is Nick and I work as an elite performance specialist for elite teams and world-class athletes. And if you apply the techniques in this video, you will get better in almost every aspect of your life. But to really take advantage of the things that I'm about to show you, you need to know about an athlete that came to me with a problem. You see, he was a rower and this guy was a beast. He was smashing records left and right, but he kept getting injured. After multiple visits to doctors and physios, he just did not know what to do. And in 3 months, he had to compete at nationals, but he still could not row without pain. Not knowing what to do, he came to me for help. Now, I've worked as a physio for professional soccer teams in the past, so taking care of injured athletes are not new to me. But before I did any assessment, the first thing I asked him was how he slept at night. He said that he was going to sleep at 10 p.m. and waking up at 8 a.m. A solid 10 hours of sleep every night. Curious to see what was going on, I lent him my Apple Watch to try to measure his quality of the sleep during the night. 3 days later, we sat down to look at the results. Even though he was in bed at 10 p.m., just like he said, he did not fall asleep until 1 or 2 a.m. in the night. This meant that in reality, he was only getting about 6 to 7 hours of sleep. I asked him about his nighttime routine and he told me that he would take a cold shower and then do some light exercise just before bed because he was told that that would help him with recovery. Little did he know that because he was doing this before bedtime, it was actually hurting his recovery instead. I prescribed him the extremely powerful system that I'm about to show you, and in just 7 days, he had no pain and was back rowing at full speed. 3 months later, he beat the national record. And I've seen countless similar stories over the years. This is the power of learning how to harness your sleep. I'm going to show you exactly what I told him in a moment, but don't get overwhelmed. Start by picking 1 or 2 of these strategies and then build upon that as your foundation. Besides having him track his sleep and look for patterns on what he did before a good night's sleep, this is what I said to him. We sleep in around 90-minute cycles and we are creatures of habit. So he needed to go to bed and wake up around the same time each and every day. The aim was to get at least 9 hours of sleep, but the aim was to get around 10.5 hours on most days. And I told him to set an alarm that aligned with the 90-minute cycle. That means that his alarm was set at 9 hours of sleep or 10.5 hours of sleep, not 10 hours and not 9.5 hours. I know that no one is perfect, so I told him to just keep that schedule for 80% of the time. So why is regular bedtimes so important? Let me ask you this. Have you ever had a jet lag? It happens because our internal clock, also known as the circadian rhythm, has a hard time adjusting to another sleep schedule. So sleeping in on weekends won't fully make up for lack of sleep during the weekdays. If there is only one piece of advice that you take from this video, then this should be it. Get a consistent sleep schedule. Next, I told him to stop exercising at least 2 hours before bed whenever possible. Your body will be full of adrenaline and you will have a higher blood pressure if you work out close to bed. And that's not the proximity to your bed, but close to your bedtimes. The same thing goes for ice baths and cold showers. A workout late is better than no workout, but if you can, try to squeeze it in earlier in the day. I also wanted him to stop drinking caffeinated beverages after 12 p.m. And he should drink no more than 2 cups of coffee per day. No energy drinks was allowed, and he had to skip his Coke as well. Caffeine stays in your blood for so long, and it f***ed up your sleep big time. I told him that if he was really serious about competing at a top level, he had to quit alcohol. For most people, even 1 glass of wine will disrupt your sleep. And if you track your sleep, just look at your heart rate variability and see what happens when you drink a little bit of alcohol before you go to bed. Now, I also wanted him to stop eating after dinner, so he had 2 or 3 hours without eating anything. You see, a large meal or a lot of water in your system can cause some indigestion problems during your sleep, and that will disrupt a lot of your quality deep sleep. I prescribe naps to all my athletes because it has been proven that taking a nap will improve motor skill, memory. That means that we can work out twice per day and get more from each workout than if we did not sleep in between. Don't overschedule your days so you don't have time to relax and unwind. A relaxing activity such as reading or meditating is a great way to start your bedtime routine. If you're feeling too awake at night, then you can go ahead and take a hot bath. The drop in body temperature after getting out of the shower may help you get sleepy. It can also help you relax your muscles if you're feeling tense. If you're having trouble with deep sleep, then you can try to supplement with some magnesium just before you go to bed. Now, get rid of anything in your bedroom that can be a distraction from sleep. That includes bright lights or noises or a warm and uncomfortable bed or a TV, even your phone. I think that you should just leave it outside of your bedroom and then go to bed, and then you can look at your phone when you wake up in the morning instead. And if you need it as an alarm, then buy an alarm clock instead. It will change your life. Your bedroom are only for sex and sleep. Nothing else. Daylight is key for regulating sleep patterns. Try to get out in natural daylight at least 30 minutes every day and try to see if you can get it as early in the day as possible. And if possible, the best thing you can do is to wake up to the light of the sun or some very bright lights. Sleep experts recommend that if you have trouble falling asleep at night, then you should get some early daylight, and then you should try to dim those lights the later you go in the day. So at night, you will only have very dim lights so that your body and your schedule sort of aligns with the sun. The best thing you can do is to track everything. Remove what makes your sleep worse and keep what makes it better. So what if you had a bad night of sleep? Are there anything you can do? Yes. To suppress your tiredness, you can drink some caffeine. To get motivated, you should work out with someone else who has a higher energy than you have. To keep going, you need to keep your mind busy, and as soon as you can, you need to get some shut-eye. But even though you just learned the secrets of how some elite athletes sleep, and you can use this to really power up your life, if you don't know what to do when you're awake, then you will never reach your true potential. So to make sure you're equipped to outperform all your friends, you can watch this video right here where I'll teach you how to outperform 99% of people in a matter of weeks.